On the 11th of October 1968 in Bordeaux, France, Gilles Toure would be born. One of his parents is an army officer and the other is a teacher. He was born into a family of 6, having 4 siblings and being the middle child among 2 older brothers and a younger sister. Graduating high school a few years later, he'd begin his law enforcement career in the National Gendarmerie. Whenever they needed to show a strong police presence, they'd call up the boy to be an imposing form to maintain order and control. His imposing form would later earn him a spot in the mobile gendarmerie, where the focus was on crowd control as well as military and counter-terrorism patrol missions. Toure's push for extensive training gave him a more broad skill set, which earned him a position in the GIGN. After serving many years with them and involved in numerous operations such as the 1994 French airline hijacking and Operation Daguerre, he is the longest serving GIGN operative. Even though he is best utilized for his breaching techniques, Toure also has training in combat engineering and reconnaissance. In 2015, he was officially recruited into the reformed Team Rainbow and was deployed on various missions against the White Mask terrorist group. 7 years later, Toure was placed on Rainbow's new humanitarian squad at Wolfguard under the leadership of Doc. One of their missions saw him and Twitch head to Belgium to recruit Sens into Rainbow. After being recruited, Toure, Sens, and Lion trained together quite a lot to become familiar with each other's capabilities. Not long after, the trio was deployed on Operation Vector Glare to rescue an architect that was being held hostage at a refinery by local militia. They believed his architect held schematics that would detail how Nighthaven was involved in Masayuki Yahata's assassination. Once entering the refinery, Sens took point and sent off most of the militia until they were confronted by a hostile wielding a minigun. However, Toure used his shield as a cover, which allowed Sens to flank and take care of the hostile. They then used the man's helmet to convince the other 2 militia members to release the architect and surrender. Just like Doc, former director of Rainbow, Harry Pandy, performed a psychological assessment on Toure. His psychological profile reads as follows. Toure is considered highly dependable by his peers. His steady nerves have allowed him to take control of complex, high-stress situations during the tenure of his career. His psychological report reads as follows. Specialist Gilles Toure's imposing presence, along with his unwavering gaze, is impressive, and as a tactic, I can see how it can be unsettling. He's a man of few words, even among his friends. I chose to visit him at one of the GIGN training centers so that he'd be more comfortable talking. Observing Toure with his trainees gave me a better sense of him. In this capacity, he was accessible, fair, and even gregarious. We started by discussing his role as an instructor. Toure was excited that Rainbow continues to evolve and is proud of it. He told me there's always a lot to learn from his peers and that lately, he's been trying to stretch beyond his comfort zone. He has certainly taken the lead on including more virtual simulation in our training. He's hoping to incorporate the unique skills of operators such as Dokubi in his next sessions. Toure has a naturally protective nature. His choice to enter law enforcement speaks more to that than his family's military history. The middle of 4, his 2 brothers are also in the military. Toure said the family raised them to be protectors. Their parents recounted stories of various ancestors who fought for what was right. He believes that education is the solution to many of the world's problems. His sister finished her police training but switched to teaching when she felt that was where she could do the most good. Because Toure has an understated confidence, I was surprised when he expressed doubt about his role in Rainbow. Many of our operators are exceptionally skilled with languages. Toure isn't. None of the reports suggest this is an issue, but even a perceived weakness can become debilitating. I encouraged him to select only one, language to focus on studying, and asked some of the other specialists to make an effort to include him in the conversations. If all goes well, it'll feel less like he's being tested and more like he's being folded into the group. Just like any other operator in the game, Toure has his own unique device, the La Roque Extendable Shield. It was first issued in the 80s and is a composite of reinforced alloys and Kevlar. Its sturdiness and well-designed collapsible feature made it a staple in GIGN operations for nearly 30 years. His shield is the only La Roque still in service as well. Even though it's been through its fair share of conflicts, the device has become an extension of Toure, having saved his and team members' lives on multiple occasions. It's probably going to remain on active duty until he retires. Pulse was the first one to have his device evaluated by Mirror. Toure is the second. She had something to say about Toure's La Roque. Toure's extendable shield was one of the first pieces of equipment to arrive for evaluation. Larocque's heavy black surface is covered in deep battle scars and definitely stands out against our R&D facility's pristine labs. According to Pulse, it was like the monolith from 2001 as Space Odyssey had landed. I didn't understand this reference until he linked images from the movie. He's right. Having Monty participate in some of these control tests has given us a better perspective of what he's up against, and what he puts others up against. The shield has had some modifications in the past, and we have a solid list of adjustments that we may want to consider eventually. For now, Toure's skill with the extendable shield has always been solid. As long as Specialist Toure has good support and communication with the team, Larocque will continue to do its job as designed. Before I end it off here, here's some fun facts about Toure. Montagne is actually pronounced Montagne. Montagne in French translates to mountain. His shield name Larocque translates to the rock. He has a close friendship with fellow GIGN operator and CBRN specialist Lion. Toure is a certified GIGN instructor when not deployed with Rainbow. Diving into the lore behind each operator is always interesting to me, and when you get to the operators who were involved in the same operations as the ones in previous videos, it all connects and the lore goes further if the specific operator played a different role with more happening in the scenario, and it's so sick, man. I love it. But that is going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new for more content like this, and I will see you legends in the next one. Peace.